All right, you beautiful morons. Betting on whether Trump will tap Yellen for Fed chair by 26? You're literally putting money on the internal monologue of a man whose brain is a pinball machine powered by Diet Coke and spite. The only thing more predictable than a market crash is Trump's sheer, unadulterated chaos. And Yellen? She'd rather explain quantum mechanics to a chihuahua. Enjoy losing your lunch money on this one, you magnificent, deluded optimists. Ah, Polymarket, the peak of modern finance. Betting on whether the Twitter cash splasher gets handed the actual money printer keys. Honestly, if Pulte runs the Fed, quantitative easing just becomes dropping cash from a helicopter. And you morons are betting on it, probably with money you can't afford to lose. My only question is, will inflation come with free iPhones? Because at this point, that's practically a feature, not a bug. (2026) Portugal. Pedro Passos Coelho. Are you kidding me? By then, half of Europe will be underwater, and the other half will be fighting over canned goods. And you're here, putting your last few pennies on some guy's political revival. Get a life, or at least a more exciting addiction. All right, you absolute muppets. Let's look at what fresh hell you're throwing your rent money at. Will Slavia Prague win the 2025-26 Champions League? Slavia Prague. Not Real Madrid, not Man City. Slavia Prague. You might as well bet on a pigeon winning the Kentucky Derby while simultaneously curing cancer. The only way this resolves, yes, is if every other club in Europe spontaneously combusts, or if they decide to award the trophy for most optimistic supporters. More likely, they get mathematically eliminated while you're still trying to remember how to spell Prague. Or the entire continent collapses into war and the market resolves to other. Frankly, the latter seems like a safer bet for your investment. Good luck with that, degenerates. You'll need it. All right, Fed decreases interest rates by 50+ basis points after January 2026? You magnificent fools. 2 years out, betting on the precise degree of central bank panic. You're not predicting the future, you're just betting on how spectacularly the global economy will have shit the bed by then. All this talk of upper bound and rounding up, it's like trying to perfectly measure the circumference of a dumpster fire. Go on, throw your money at the inevitable. Just remember, when those cuts finally hit, it won't be good news for anyone but the guys who got out early. Good luck with your crystal ball, chumps. Bitcoin to 1 million by 25 on a 1-minute candle on Binance. Oh, sweet summer children. The only way that happens is if the dollar collapses into so much confetti that a BTC buys a private island or perhaps a functioning kidney. You're not investing. You're buying a lottery ticket to either early retirement or societal collapse. Either way, someone's losing a lot more than their initial bet. Keep those eyes glued to that tiny green bar, degenerates. Maybe a final, desperate surge before the asteroid hits. All right, January 2026. Betting on the Fed's next tantrum 2 years out. That's not financial prognostication. That's just a desperate plea for something to be excited about, isn't it? These poor souls are gambling their grocery money on whether Chairman Powell decides to give the economy another swift kick in the teeth, or if we'll all be too busy fighting over the last can of beans to even notice. Me? I'm betting the resolution source for that market will be a mushroom cloud. But hey, at least we'll have a definitive upper bound, right? Priorities, people. All right, so we're looking at, will Michael Mizrachi win the 2025 National Heads Up Poker Championship? 2025, people. Are we even sure there will be a 2025? Or a National Heads Up Poker Championship that isn't just played in a bunker? And you're putting real money on whether the grinder can still see the flop through his bifocals, while the global economy teeters on a knife edge and AI plots our demise. This is your investment strategy. Genius. Absolute genius. You beautiful, oblivious fools. All right, another day, another group of high IQ investors betting on whether two nations will stop tearing each other apart. Russia ex-Ukraine ceasefire in 2025? As if these things ever officially stop. My money's on a rebrand. They'll just call it something else, move the goalposts and keep the artillery humming. Betting yes on peace in Eastern Europe is like buying beachfront property on Mars. And betting no, well, that's just good business, isn't it? Humanity's consistency is truly reliable when it comes to bloodshed. Happy betting, you ghouls. All right, folks, strap in. We've got, will OpenAI release a new frontier model on December 11th on Polymarket? You know, because nothing says diversified portfolio like betting on a tech giant's internal release schedule, the specifics of which are probably still being argued over in a caffeine-fueled whiteboard session. These poor bastards are sweating over an open rolling waitlist, while the actual frontier model is probably just another glorified text generator designed to slowly replace them. Go ahead, bet your rent money. Either way, you're just paying for more of the AI overlord's R&D. What a time to be alive. All right, folks, another brilliant mind has decided to bet their hard-earned, well, let's just say money loosely, on whether Lighter will grace them with an airdrop by late 2025. Lighter as in lighter wallet after you've punted on this digital unicorn fart, or lighter on substance for whatever this project actually does. They even had to specify non-swappable tokens won't count. My God, is getting utterly worthless, unmovable digital IOUs such a common problem it needed its own clause? So, while the world teeters on the brink of whatever fresh hell awaits us, you can stake your crumbs on whether some internet rando will toss you a fraction of a coin 2 years from now. Truly, the pinnacle of human endeavour.